All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. Season 1, Episode 17, Around Intermission. As always, we're going to start off with our introductions. Kerr, if you would be so kind.
Hey everyone, I am Kerr. I am the storyteller for this. I am the one who seeks out to bring pain, suffering, and absolute hectic insanity to my dear, dear sweet players. Happy fun times!
So rare to find a guy who's honest.
Your suffering brings me joy. There's no need to lie about that.
And Alexis.
A new subscriber. Come, steal
I am
yourself.
Nestle,
We are
playing
building an
Alexis.
army.
Time and forces and
Ransom
mind.
Gaming Fox Fiend just resubscribed for 9 months. Hey Zim,
Thank you
how
for that
are you
resub.
doing?
Please
Alright,
repeat
you wanna
that
comment
because
on
we
this?
had the, first off, you sound terrible suddenly.
Well, I'm on my phone. The washer's not done yet, but I am Nestle playing Alexis, a time forces mind mage, professor extraordinaire, and well-known druggie. Many drugs, good drugs.
Okay. Portia.
I grow flowers. Yeah, they're good flowers. Slightly explosive.
Okay, can you
Explodey flowers.
please...
Portia Wainwright, the resident doctor, surgeon, researcher, specializing in doing very uncouth things with plant matter, such as murder pumpkins and very angry kudzu.
Played by...
Tanya!
Warren.
The player is Toshime. I am Warren Peace, the true mage, Order of Hermes.
And I am Zim, playing Cody Taylor.
A new
Of the
subscriber.
virtual
Come, steal
adepts.
yourself. We are building an army.
Tanya Sapien just subscribed.
And Tanya, take us away with the recap.
There were these zombies. There was a lot of them, and then there were some people that we were trying to rescue because we were in like round 2 of being sucked into an anime, and there was this really confused guy who had no idea what he was doing there, and we kind of adopted him. Then the zombies started getting, well, I wouldn't say they started getting bigger. Bigger ones started showing up. Then a really big one showed up. And then I rolled entirely too many 10s, and he was forced to eat his greens the hard way. And now we're back home, and we have a new member of the team. Also, I have no idea why it played the alert for the subscription update there. I was just updating my subscription.
You were gifting a subscription. Oh,
You
you were
continued
continuing
the
a
gift
gift
sub.
sub, I see.
my
That's
sub
just what
la-
happens.
I guess my sub must have lapsed at some point.
Either way, Kerr, if you would fill in the rest of the recap and let us get started. Kerr?
Was I muted this entire time?
Yes.
All right, session's over, everyone. Bye. I'll see you all next week.
Dies from embarrassment.
No.
The DM just took 1d4 emotional damage.
Anyway, yes, you guys hit upon like all the important stuff. As we move into our session, you guys are back in the manor. You have successfully survived round 2. Made it through okay. You're just about the top of the list again. And Tycoon is with you as well. As he was, I believe if I remember, we ended last week with him being escorted by Ferris to be given proper clothes and cleaned up after the battles and such.
That is an affirmative.
What is your... Go ahead.
Go on. Yeah, go ahead. Your things first.
No. Go ahead. You're fine.
So yeah, once I'm done rambling to the old man about what happened there, because I had my superhero moment and it was amazing. I do send word for Tycoon to be to come to the greenhouse.
Okay. What else is everyone doing before we go into that?
Are there any episodes of Moomin Rider that Alexis has not seen yet?
Hey, Alexis.
Yes.
Give me a moment.
When watching anime is part of your research? Well, it doesn't count as anime, does it? What is the term for that genre?
Tokusatsu.
Gesundheit?
Tokusatsu. It's the same thing Godzilla is actually technically part of.
Kaiju.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought that Godzilla was part of Kaiju.
Kaiju falls under Tokusatsu. Tokusatsu translated is basically like special and practical effects. Godzilla was one of the first to do that because everything was done as a practical effect for it. The original...
Whereas Kaiju specifically refers to giant monster.
Correct. Technically, it still has such because Super Sentai and Ultraman both use kaijus in their series basically every episode. Especially for Ultraman. Ultraman literally is only kaiju. So they all kind of blend together and they are all under the
Banner.
the name Tokusatsu. Even technically, like, the anime is still considered Tokusatsu because the original material came from it. So the big series in Tokusatsu histories has changed over time. It's pretty much always been the same sort of themes and such for it. Also, Nestle, I'm sharing this in the Horizon Lost Mage because you deserve this.
Just got back to my desk. 1 sec.
You're good.
Okay, so
Okay.
those are knee pads. When I first tabbed into that, I thought that was a button. I was very concerned.
No.
Rhino.
I'm just sharing that because he triggered the button, and I must punish.
Tabletop live image.
Who triggered the button?
Oh, wait, no, that's not what I
You did, with what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. I know it was probably just joking around. but you push the button.
Okay, I just checked over in Tabletop Image. It hasn't been posted over there.
It's in Horizon Lost.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
just
I
a
was,
gift.
I was checking to see if one of those was there because, there is an audience that may want to see those.
I was just sharing this just as a little joke to him.
Yes,
Anyway.
but I would rather us not make a big deal about it on stream unless you're gonna share it for everybody else to see.
All right, I will share it to Tabletop Images.
Because it's kind of rude to just be talking about this thing and nobody else has any idea what you're talking about.
This is an even better one.
Image
Right,
has been posted. Tabletop Image, October 30th, 2022.
As always, you guys can see these for those watching later on YouTube, you can see it by simply searching for the title of today's session in the Tabletop Image channel on the Discord.
So I'm just patiently waiting in the greenhouse with a notebook and a pen.
Yes, but before that, real quick, I just wanted to see if anyone else was up to anything.
Watching episodes of anime.
Okay, that's fine. You can catch up.
Checking Panda with my different sites. See if he has any magical.
Checking who?
Panda.
You mean Tanuki?
Yep.
Roll Arete!
Ooh.
At least it wasn't a botch.
What would a botch have done in that situation, I wonder?
Paradox.
Wait, what is he?
Automatic
What is he
paradox.
rolling for?
He's checking. He's wanting to check Tanuki Tycoon for like any magic or anything.
Ah.
Because for all we know, this could be the person causing us to be in this game.
Please roll willpower.
Uh-oh.
That never actually occurred to me as a possibility.
Everything is fine, Warren. He looks to be perfectly normal to you.
Okay.
Oh, nothing to look into there.
Did somebody say perfect?
I was about to summon you.
I mean, if you want to call him, you need to use the proper way to do so.
I could use the banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. Sorry, I had to.
I was hoping Zim would play the card.
Wait, there's a card for that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yes, for Domino.
Oh, for Domino. I thought you said for Banana Phone. I was very
No,
confused.
no, Domino.
I mean, I don't want to summon him.
What are you up to, Cody?
I have no idea. Existence.
Strong. All right. Portia. Tycoon soon comes out. He's dressed in new clothes. Very nice shirts. Some dress slacks, though he kind of seems a little awkward in this nice of clothing. As he makes his way out to his greenhouse with you.
Oh my various gods, they've turned you into a penguin.
He kind of insisted on this.
No, Cody would not have insisted on a suit.
Not you, Cody. Some of us,
Butler.
sir, have manners around this manor, and they should look the part when they are in your presence, sir.
Manners in a manner.
I mean, it's in the name. So, Tycoon, you've kind of been thrown into a world way over your head. And, well, quite frankly, you have a couple options in front of you. As far as, walking away from this, I honestly can't really tell you what your odds are on that. Obviously, if you work alongside us, it increases the chance of that, but I am fumbling my words.
You're good. It's okay.
You've been thrown into a world that most people aren't supposed to know exists. People like you who aren't aware of it are referred to as sleepers. And, well, now that you know all these things, you have a strong potential of what we call waking up. Becoming aware of powers, abilities, aware of how the world actually works. We normally don't pull people in, but you got pulled in by a very powerful entity that we're currently hunting. They're the one that created the games.
Game
And-
master, then, is what
Yeah.
you're kind of saying.
More or less, yes. Well, when this is over, there's a chance that you might go back to your own life, no memories of any of this. And you'll just continue living your normal, mundane life like nothing ever happened. That's fine. Alternatively, I would like to extend an offer. If you, I have a notebook here. If you write down your name, address, so some way to identify and contact you afterwards, just in case you're sent back home and can't remember any of this, we can find you and, bring you back up to speed, to tell you what happened and whatever end that might entail. I can't control whether or not you would be sent back to your mundane life, but I can offer you to stay aware of this world if you so choose.
What kind of things are in your world?
monsters, magic, mystical beings, the fabric of reality being very flexible and pliable, for better or worse. Couple prime examples. That giant tree you walked past, it's sentient, it's self-aware. It was probably staring you down while you were walking past it.
A sentient tree?
Yes. The guy with the red hair and the visor,
Mm-hmm.
he's able to how best to describe it. Have you ever watched The Matrix?
Yeah.
That, but the wrist computer version. Rather than, the whole wave your hand thing. That's how he works.
Have you
Then
ever played
there's
a video game called Jericho?
No?
There's a character who has superpowers, and she uses a supercomputer on her wrist to like turn back time and to do other things. It's really interesting game.
Okay, yeah, that's basically what Cody does, yes.
For the
Notes
record,
if
the
you had.
vis-
Go
the
ahead, sorry.
visor's not always active. It's just when he's doing the magic, it kind of a focusing lens sort of thing.
I just want to make a note real quick for anyone watching. If you ever play the video game Clive Barker's Jericho, that's basically a group of mages from different traditions going into basically the Umbra and kicking ass. Legitimately, I can look at that game and tell you this is what that mage is. You have a celestial chorister, a virtual adept, a dream speaker. Trying to think of what the others would be off the top. Probably Verbena. It would be. I'd be. I'd have to think actually a little bit more. It's been a while since I played the game, but definitely it's a very interesting one.
Yeah, it's a PS3 game, right?
Yes, I believe so. I still own it, actually.
So, Tycoon.
Mhm.
Basically, there's every possibility that you could have latent abilities to twist and bend the fabric of reality. And having those abilities, it's a gateway to a fantastical world. It contains things that most humans can only dream about. But it does have its dangers, and I want to make sure that you're aware of that before accepting any offer that I might give. And the reason why I've been going out of my way to help you, why I'm making this offer now, is that when I became aware of these sorts of things, I didn't have someone to mentor me through it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very troubling time. I was aware of things that other people weren't. I could see things, interpret things that didn't make sense. And as I started to find my way blindly through this world, I made mistakes. Serious mistakes that have left me with problems I still have to face to this day. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. I don't want you to have to bear the same curses that I have to bear.
So first off, when you do enter into the world, make sure you avoid any groups that have a crazy old man that looks like a old-timey wizard, because he just might bonk something through time and cause you to become a walking, talking time bomb.
Cody, we agreed that we wouldn't bring that up anymore. I haven't made a deal regarding it. Also, when did you walk into the greenhouse? I did not hear you come in.
That wasn't Cody's voice.
How dare you? Get out of the fourth wall. We need to put some grout and spackle over the fourth wall.
Sorry, that wouldn't be looking good.
Here I am giving a big speech. So, yeah, that's about it. Either flip a coin on going back to your mundane life, going back to being blissfully unaware of this world, or dive head first.
He kind of thinks for a moment. I'm assuming there's going to be like chairs and such in the greenhouse.
At the very least, there'd be something to sit on, even if it's just a bag of fertilizer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to take a seat for a moment and just kind of think about that a little bit. What happens if I don't know, though? How much danger would... He seems to kind of pause and think about that. How did... He trails off again. Like he looks like he's trying to process all of this and think about like what he wants to say. I only have my older sister. It's just me and her. Our parents died in a car accident when I was a little bit younger.
If she's dependent on you, then this offer would have to be for both of you, which means making her aware of this world too. I wouldn't just leave her alone like that if she actually needs you.
No, I am more just wondering if I don't know about this stuff, how much danger would me and my sister be in after all the stuff I've seen so far? We've only seen these things and then these zombies, and like now you're telling me there's even more.
No more danger than you were in before. You know, every year people go missing, murders happen, people suddenly start behaving like they're not the same person anymore. That those things aren't just coincidence. Those oftentimes do have mystical causes behind them. So the danger you'd be in is the same that you've always been in, and you just go back to being unaware of it. Most people live long, healthy lives, but there are those that encounter things that they're not prepared for. People like us are the ones that keep those to edge cases, so that it's the exception, not the norm.
And what happens if I know about these things? Would I be able to do something about it? Could I keep my sister safe if bad things started happening?
Well, knowledge is power. Even if you were to awaken and find that you have no special abilities whatsoever, you would still be armed with knowledge of weaknesses. You would still be armed with knowledge of how to combat these forces, how to recognize them, how to avoid dangers. So, to a degree, yes, you would be able to protect her better. I can't say that it wouldn't, if you were to associate with us, that it wouldn't put at least some level of a target on your back. But I can guarantee you that if you were working alongside us, once you're family, which means that we would fight alongside you if you were ever in danger. And you've already seen what we can do.
You're scary.
Makes you feel any better? The thing with the murder pumpkin and the kudzu, I'm not normally that violent. It's just, well, they're zombies. It's very cathartic. and there's no moral to entanglement. I will say the thing that Cody did with the claymores was kind of neat, though. I haven't said that to him. It would make his ego pop.
I'd rather know things and be able to protect my sister than not know things.
I hand him the notebook and the pen.
He kind
Write
of rubs
down,
it.
write
Mhm.
down whatever information we would need to be able to contact you after this is over, just in case you're sent back home, just in case you're stripped of your memories of all of this.
This is sad. Because you'd have to do some sort of thing to keep this bubble from affecting the writing also.
I have an idea for that.
He
And
kind of rubs at his forehead a little bit before he takes the pen and begins to jot down notes, like his name, his information, his address, where he lives. It looks like he lived all the way over in Iowa originally, according to his address.
That isn't the most exciting thing that's ever happened to him.
Just about, yeah.
Nothing ever happens in Iowa. And don't worry about the us losing these notes. I happen to know the perfect place I can keep it safe.
Play it.
Fine. God damn it.
If you don't give me something to do, I'll have to amuse myself, and no one wants that.
Ron the scores him says perfect.
Oh, hello, darling. You called. Oh, we really must do more of things like this. Oh, my greenhouse. Such beautiful plants, I must say. Are they yours, darling?
Contrary to popular belief, adding salt to these would not help them. The pH balance would go off, half of them would die. No, actually, I just have a very small favor to ask.
Domino snaps his fingers, and suddenly, we are sitting at a table. You in a very comfortable seat, Domino sitting in the other, hands on the table, steepled as he looks at you.
you
Oh,
used the wrong
one moment.
word.
My thing came out.
Tanya, you used the wrong word. Favor.
A favor, you say, darling. Oh, now you're speaking my language.
Very small. This notebook, I need the contents of it to be preserved if this Marauder's reality bubble collapses.
An interesting ask, you say.
I know it's something that you're more than capable of, just a question of how much effort it would take on your part.
Oh, crap. Good luck finding it preserved in the hedge.
thinking of how I would respond to this right now because, oh boy,
Uh-huh.
like the language that you just used is like love language for them.
I know.
It's so open-ended.
Oh no. I would refine it down the road. This is me sweetening the pot. This is me baiting the hook to make sure that he stays interested. Got to do the dance and all that.
So, darling, you want me to preserve these notes from you in case anything happens to this lovely little area around us. Is that it?
Yes.
An interesting ask, I must say. Very interesting indeed. How important are these notes?
Two sleepers' lives would be strongly impacted by them. However, as far as preserving the notes goes, I would like to point out that alternatively, I could seek out a mage with eidetic memory, and that would work just as well. You're the
Darling.
first person I went to because, well, I like to keep active business relations with close friends.
Darling, I don't give cares that much about complete strangers. You need to tell me, how important are these notes to you?
What are you willing to give up?
Well, you know how much I value people's lives.
I need to hear the words, darling. It doesn't matter what I may think, it doesn't matter what I may know. I need to hear it from you.
It would cause me significant emotional distress were these notes to be destroyed.
Now you have a couple players in the game.
I am willing to offer my assistance to you for a very, very low price. You did, after all, attempt to help me with my own offspring.
You are not fit for this game.
I felt that
You
was
should-
relevant.
You shush, I'm not used to doing these.
So, real quick, because Toshime, you keep hinting at the problem here, but for those that are not familiar with the system, Kerr, can you please give a lowdown for the viewers and such of just how awful of a job Tanya is doing here?
It's not awful. It's just fun.
Okay, so I'm thinking how I want to put this in terms now.
Hey, I've never had to do this before, in or out of character, so you shush.
I'll say it this way. With distress, that's an emotion. That's a full court of them.
Toshime,
so
that does not help the viewers or myself even understand what the hell you mean by that.
let me give it real quick. I'll go into it. So with them, with a fair folk, they are not like us at all. They are beings that can look like us if they want to. They can look like anything. and they can also exist as multiple things at the exact same time. They cannot create anything, they can only copy and change what already exists. They can never make anything that is completely new. Only combine existing things or change existing things in some way. They feed on conflicts. They feed on battle. Not necessarily an actual fight, but it can be an emotional duel. It can be a mental one. As long as there is conflict between two parties, they feed on that. They cannot break their promises. They cannot break their word, especially one that is reinforced by a vow upon their true name. Should they break such a vow, they will instantly be destroyed. So if you ever want to get Fairfolk to actually do something, 100%, no backsies, make them swear upon their true name. They can't break that. If they do, they die. They are also masters of the loophole, and they are basically the authors of... I'm trying to think of the word I want to use here. Never take them at face value. They are masters of subtext, of subtlety, and the exact words matter in their deals. They can say one thing and mean something completely different, but if they follow the exact wording, they can completely fuck you over if you're not careful. Working with the Fairfolk is extremely dangerous, making a deal with them doubly so. They are masters. They've been doing this for literal... No one knows exactly how long they've been doing it. And emotion is like the greatest meal to them, which is why they're so interested in humanity. Because human emotions, human souls, those are the best. And right now, you're making a deal with one. And he's currently trying to figure out exactly what makes you tick so he can get the most out of the deal.
Game over.
You shush, the deal isn't closed yet. So,
Yes, exactly. Ransomed. Yes. Or Foxfiend. I know Cody is a knight of this particular fair folk, so they are tenuous allies.
The issue is, what a Fairfolk might consider to be helping might be the exact opposite for a normal person. Domino does have a soul. He had his soul stuffed into him by a group of mages, which is why he's not doing horrible, horrible things to all of you to fuck you over. He's had a few years to learn the basics of empathy, even if he's really bad at it.
So, given an outline of the value, I've given a market cap based on alternative solutions that I could look for. What would you say is an outline of your fee?
One favor.
So even exchange favor for a favor?
Indeed. One favor to be specified at a future time of my choosing. In exchange, I will ensure that the notebook remains safe and unchanged by any reality alterations or threats to it.
That's a mistake you're making.
No, it's not.
I would place the caveat that whatever that favor is would not contain the destruction, direct or direct adjacent detriment to, or the significant impairment of quality of life for any sentient life form.
I will counter this with I will not force you to harm anyone who you believe would not deserve it.
And would my beliefs be something that would be open to interpretation?
Yes.
I would like for my beliefs to be something that is up to my own discretion. That is to say, my beliefs as they are currently, not as they could potentially be altered by outside forces.
This is fair. How about upon me calling in the debt, I will use my powers to pause the surrounding area, and we can discuss about you paying back the deal to me. If you refuse 3 times that I come calling, then the next time I come, I am allowed to enforce you to do what I wish. So you cannot continually say no to what I may ask, perpetually.
Would it be a hard yes or no, or would there be room for negotiation on these 3 offers?
There would be room for negotiation. I am not cruel, after all. But I can't allow you to just dance around your obligations perpetually.
I wouldn't expect to be able to. Also, I'm just picturing tycoons just looking back and forth like it's a tennis match right now.
Pretty much.
I'm just wondering why Portia is doing this without Cody when she would know that Cody is his knight and has more leeway on these things.
Emotion.
Yeah, emotional clouding going on right now.
How about I sweeten the deal, Portia? You can do one favor for me. Of my choosing, what I wish, with the caveats we have already established. 3 times you can refuse if it's something not to your taste. And in exchange, I will give you this. As he puts his hands together and moves them out, revealing a small bottle. This has enough for maybe a dozen uses at most. Use it. 1 drop will be enough to heal any wound. No matter how lethal, no matter how dangerous, so long as the soul has not left the body. No matter how destroyed the body, it will repair the damage no matter how severe. As he sets it down on the table.
My, what a lovely golden fiddle.
He just smiles. I am Fairfolk, darling.
That means it's a salt fiddle.
And you do work with my knights, which means I know how competent you are, which means I know how useful you can be should I have need to call you.
And you, more than, I would say, basically any other of your kind, fully understand how much more effective a employee can be when properly motivated, when they're enjoying their work rather than being forced into it.
I have things that need to be done that I cannot do myself. And you would be very, very useful in doing those things. There's a reason we have changelings after all. And well, you are far more useful than any changeling could possibly be.
If Changeling were even on the table, this wouldn't be a deal that I would consider morally acceptable.
No, it isn't. You are a mage. You would be one of my greatest assets that I could call upon.
Always pays to have a nuke in your pocket.
I prefer to think of you of a level higher than that.
I don't know, nukes get pretty big. But we've waffled long enough. So, nothing that would be considered to be morally objectionable. I have 3 chances to say no, with room for negotiation. And in addition to preserving the contents of the notebook against any alterations upon reality, are you giving me, you said a dozen uses?
Yes.
Of Panacea. I feel like Warren is going to scream at me later, but I find these terms acceptable.
Shake my hand. Would you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Get the hell out of here!
Are you ready?
I'll have you know
Are
he
you
is the friend on the other
ready?
side, so screw you.
Domino will reach out his hand to you.
Alright, I'll shake his hand.
Wonderful. An accord has been reached. As he waves a hand over the notebook and it vanishes.
Are you ready?
I
yeah.
sometimes wish that I could send Zim to the well.
Joke.
Marten Kun.
Now, Portia, in the notebook, did you write down your apprentice? Or anything like that, or just his name?
What significance would apprentice have?
So that you know why you have this person's name when you get the notebook.
Oh my fucking... Are you implying that our memories would be altered too?
Yes.
Is this something that I would know in character?
Yes.
Then I probably would have, yes.
Yeah, I figured you would have.
Because, like, out of character, I didn't know that our memories were also on the table. I thought that being mages would be immune to that.
All of reality is on the table.
Then, yes, that I would have full instructions for myself in the notebook. with certain key phrases so that I would know the significance of it.
I have
Yes?
to say, after this section of game, watch what happens when a fairfolk takes him and Portia has to go find him knowing what's in the notebook.
Everything will be fine. So, once your business is completed, Domino will clap. Wonderful doing business with you, darling. Is there anything else that you need from me in my most perfect ways?
Give Tycoon a 20 words or less summary of who you are and what you do.
Not even I can do something as great as that.
I can. Perfect.
God damn it.
This is true.
I just want him to fully appreciate the gravity of what I'm doing.
I am perfect, darling, and she just made a deal with perfection itself. Before he turns. Is there anything else, darling?
Well, that'll be everything.
Does Tanuki want anything?
He is wisely kept quiet right now.
He just... With Cody being his knight, does that mean Cody can make deals like this too?
Yeah.
You would have gotten a much better deal from Cody, you know.
But Portia's not thinking about that right now.
It creates such good tension.
I'm staying true to the character. I am acting, my dear.
And if you play your cards right, Warren won't even know.
Because you know Warren is just going to be like, you did what? Why would you do that? You're so stupid. Yes, I gave him an accent. Deal with it.
No, I would have given the deal of, hey, you can have my taste of banana. I can never taste banana again, but...
You don't like banana. Oh my god, yeah. Just say you can have my taste of XYZ and just pick a food that you don't like, and now you can eat that food and not worry about the flavor you don't like. It's genius. And it counts as conflict because it's something that assaults your senses. See, out of character, I'm coming up with all this neat stuff.
Now you're learning how to deal with the Fae. Just do not say I give my thanks. Otherwise you won't be able to thank anybody ever again.
But that's why there's so many people like that in the world.
Well, that was a fun session, everyone.
I know we're an hour in. It's been all Portia.
I think Cody's probably off doing maintenance stuff down in his armory. He probably has Ferris there, going through everything, being like, alright, so we're going to need to order more claymores. I especially like this whole setup here. We're going to need to order more of this. And he's just going through the list with Ferris, making sure, things get ordered. Also, he wants to find a way to reverse engineer the belt things because he's liking having wings.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Tokeme tipped $110.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, actually, so, Tycoon, to explain what just happened, that was
Hold on.
Domino.
Hold on. Toshime, thank you so much for that donation. You really do so much to keep the channel alive. Thank you.
Sugar Daddy.
The donation goal has been completed.
I don't want to be a noodle.
Well, too bad. We're all becoming noodles.
I don't want to be a noodle.
Noodle. Noodle.
No, Tycoon.
Mhm.
That was Domino. He is a Fey folk. He's, you could call him our friend on the other side.
I know how that movie goes. It's not usually good for that.
Yeah, well, we have substantially more. We don't go too far into debt. Let's phrase it that way. That was that guy's mistake in that movie. Also, he was, a complete and total jackass. But, comes with the territory, I guess. Either way, after all this is over, after it's all said and done, I will come and find you, and I will help you get the tools that you need to make sure that your sister is as safe as she can be.
Why would you care so much? Like, we're still like complete strangers to you.
Because when I was younger, people didn't care for me because I was a complete stranger to them. My life ended up getting screwed over because of it. I had to claw my way to where I am right now. And that curse I mentioned, I still carry it. I've never been able to get rid of it. I don't even know where I got it from. I wake up every single morning and I have to double check to make sure nothing's changed overnight. That you can't live a comfortable life with those kind of things looming over you. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Even if reality resets after this is over, because you've touched this world, it's touched you back. You have a much greater chance of awakening. I want to make sure that you're ready for that.
He's going to nod. As I think this is a nice little scene break real quick. Jumping over to Alexis. Hey Alexis, you're catching up on the show. You're trying to see. So far, the show has basically followed through with a little bit of a couple of differences. Like there wasn't the giant monster you guys dealt with, but there was still like a big boss and such for the zombies. But you just caught up to everything that's happened so far. And just like in the show, it looks like the characters are being eliminated as it goes in. You guys are the outliers, though, it seems. You guys don't have a direct correlation with anything in the show. But one of the things you see, Alexis, in the most recent episode is Tanuki getting killed.
Well, that's not good. How do I know it's Tanuki in the show?
It's the exact same suit that Tycoon wears.
Ah. Well, let me see. Don't I have a skill for that? Didn't I have some ability of prophecy or something?
Yeah, Tanya's going to wind up with a new lion skin coat if that comes to pass.
No, everything's perfectly fine.
I will reach through
That's
the
what Kerr
fourth
always
wall
says.
and skin you.
Don't worry, Portia's apprentice will be the sister to Tanuki.
Trying to find the area of the rules that deal with the abilities. Don't I have prophecy? I mean, I gotta have prophecy at time
Yes.
sphere 4.
Yes, you could.
All right. So can I focus on Tanuki and try to find how many futures he lives?
That would be an Arete roll.
All right.
You know what? Screw it. Since technically DM isn't allowed to act on this information, there's a reason I haven't used my boost belt yet. I'm still sitting on that. I'm keeping that as a trump card just in case his life is put in danger.
Joke.
It's also part of why I'm keeping so much quintessence stored up.
Oh, I know you. Oh, hey, Alexis.
Yes.
You see a vision of Portia stabbing Tycoon in the back with a plant blade.
Huh. You don't have a mwahaha laugh? I think we need that. Hey.
Yes, I
don't
do
have enough-
have a card for that.
I don't have enough bits for a blurb, so
Oh,
the fact that that is a sentence that makes sense on this platform.
No, it's okay. I've got a card for that.
There you go. Perfect.
Here, since I only have a tiny bit of bits left over, might as well feed them to the Marten. Have some cupcakes.
Well, this is good information. See, I'm trying to remember what other abilities.
And Stanley died again.
I heard the creak of of like a chair. And I just imagine that was Portia just like breaking something in their hands.
That was
When I
actually me
said that.
leaning back in my chair, just oh my god, people.
Portia doesn't know about this future yet.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Yeah, but
trying to
this
figure out how to
future-
approach it.
If this future comes to pass, it's not going to be the only thing passing today.
Mm. So I'm trying to find. Well, as is the case and problem with prophecy, is you don't know the full story.
Mm-mm.
Is there any chance I can like rewind the future and try again? See what events make that
You
come to
have
pass?
time magic.
He does have time magic.
We have a really, really bad track record when it comes to manipulating the flow of time.
I didn't say manipulating. I meant like in my prophecy vision, trying to rewind a little bit.
You're
and
doing a
see.
brain dance.
Yeah.
You're scrolling a brain dance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm doing the hands thing in what movie was that? Minority Report. You know,
Yeah.
rewinding, like doing the Doctor Strange.
Which, of course, because of the way that your abilities work, literally just looks like you're leaning back and tripping balls,
Yeah,
hands
pretty
waving
much.
in the air.
Yeah. That's just Alexis doing his thing.
He's having a vision. Leave him alone. Like,
Yeah.
really? It looks like he's strung out on meth. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's his magic. Those
Yeah,
are his magic
that's it.
rocks.
That works.
They give him visions.
I mean, I assume there's no like restriction on how often or how many times I can.
Nope. You can do as much as you want.
All right.
As long as you're willing to pay the consequences in case there's paradox.
Well, I mean, I'm just looking though. How's looking possibly going to cause paradox? And I'm in my
Pay-per-view.
sanctuary.
Especially in a Marauder realm.
You have
No,
on-demand.
we're in the
visions.
sanctuary, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, you should be fine unless you like botch.
Okay. Well, I got plenty of willpower for botches, so I'll be able to re-roll that. So do I just roll another Arete?
Yep, just roll another Arete. Any magic thing is always Arete.
Oh, just confirming that's... Yeah, let me try that again. Spending a willpower. My character sheet here.
I can never remember. When burning willpower quintessence for augmenting rolls, is there a cap on how much you can burn?
For quintessence, you can spend up to your avatar level or 1, the highest possible. So for you guys, it's 5. Your avatars are very strong.
So is it? Can you use 1 willpower or 1 quintessence, or is it one or the other for any given roll?
Normally, you spend the quintessence before you roll. I'd be willing to allow you to do that since you weren't sure about it. The reason is because quintessence can do 2 things. For every point of quintessence you spend, you can either get 1 automatic success to a dice roll, or you can lower the difficulty of a roll by 1.
Okay.
So, like, when you're using quintessence, you're basically working reality, making it easier to manipulate and change.
Okay. Well, I'll take it. Not nearly as good. And did I have any sort of gauge on how certain that particular future was?
No, you did not. When it comes to Tycoon, it looks like his fate is very, very hectic and crazy. That one was likely the most likely to happen, but it's like, when it comes to him, he's like a freaking tsunami that's just like coming in, and it's a massive storm around him as well.
A quick little aside, because I just caught up on what was being said in common room. Zim, why are you inviting Sunai? You know what happens when Sunai's watching. The dice go crazy.
Because I need all the support I can get as a streamer.
You're making a devil's deal.
Another viewer is always helpful.
You're making a devil's deal.
Tanya, you're not the only one who can make devil's deal.
Yeah.
Damn it. Damn it.
Did you get anything from that, Kerr?
Let me see. So, for this one, it looks like Tanya and him were in the middle of a fight. It looks like. But that's all you can really see with that is they were in the middle of a duel between the two.
Interesting. And can I do another Arete roll to see after that stabby bit?
Yes.
It's so much better.
Good freaking lord, man.
Get enough rolls and you'll botch soon enough.
Hush you.
Yeah, that's the opposite of a botch. That is ripping. That's shoving your fist through the fabric of time and ripping the answers out.
Don't worry, there's guardians against that.
Wrinkly pricks.
With that roll, you can see with almost perfect clarity when she stabs him. He falls forward before his body breaks apart into black dust. And you can hear the announcement that Portia has won the game and has become the new Desire God, able to make her new world as she sees fit, according to her wish.
Oh, guess there's no reason to keep playing. I know who wins.
You know a possible future.
Kerr, how likely is this future?
Come on, Doctor Strange.
You still aren't able to get a read on that.
Okay.
Normally you would, like, this would be like literally like the locked in future, unless like something big changed or magic was used. This would be probably what would be happening. But when it comes to like looking in on the things of the game, everything seems like you're trying to look in through like the eye of the storm in a hurricane. And you can guess based on this is probably caused by the Marauder's magic. The Marauder is literal potentiality incarnate, basically. They are empowered by basically the wild. That's why they're kind of crazy. The force of creation itself basically spurring them on to make and change things. And a normal human can't handle that. It drives them crazy. Or they were driven crazy before or when their powers awaken.
Oh.
And it looks like that is fucking around with what you're seeing here. You can't get a lock in because anything could possibly happen.
So you're saying because it's fucking around, we can't find out?
But we can't know with absolute certainty.
Yes, you can't know with absolute certainty, but you can see strong potentials of how things could go. Your guess, though, based on what you have seen, the reality seems baseline to want to push everything to happen the way it does in the show. That's just baseline, though, without any of you guys doing anything.
Can I... Okay, so... Did I see this happening in the show? You said the, Tanuki's gonna die. You didn't specify how.
That didn't happen yet.
In the show, I'm saying.
In the show, what happened was he was basically impaled by a giant needle thrown by a basically giant cactus-like monster. The boss of the level.
Interesting parallel. And how many more episodes do I have to go?
3.
Is there any... Can I create a bubble of quick time around myself and the TV so I can see the rest of the episodes before the next round starts?
That's as far as the series has gotten so far.
Oh, so they haven't even aired yet.
Nope.
Can I use my time magic?
Yeah, just look
to
into
see
the
a
future.
Time. Exactly.
Okay. Now that I feel like that's something that I could totally see a mage abusing. Seeing next week's episode of their favorite show.
Oh hell yeah!
You could attempt to do so, yes.
So you're saying that I could watch season 7 of Rick and Morty right now?
I know, right? Who wouldn't? I don't like Kerr's answer though. I can attempt
front, the trick on that front, Tanya, is figuring out when season 7 is actually going to come out.
Don't do that to me, man. Don't you do that to me, man.
I'm just saying.
Why not? I'm going to attempt that, Kerr. Just the next episode, I guess.
No, just look about 4 weeks into the future, and then you should have all 3 of the rest of the season.
Well, are they still airing weekly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so could I do that? Could I just go 4 weeks into the future, then watch the rest of the episodes? Or rather, I am going to tell myself, you got to watch the rest of these episodes 4 weeks from now, and then I will view myself watching the episodes 4 weeks from now.
Oh.
That's
I
going
am
to be
the
affected
anchor.
by Paradox Realm.
Well, I mean, if you already had that thought, I'm going to watch these 4 weeks from now, then you could just look into the future 4 weeks from now to see yourself doing it, because you've already decided you yourself are going to do it.
That's what I'm kind of getting at.
Assuming that he remembers to do that after this is all over.
That is also true, assuming that some huge reality change doesn't happen. But
you may attempt to roll.
All right, last time, folks.
This one could have paradox, because this is actually a dangerous thing to do.
Really?
You're touching yourself.
Well, I do that every night. I don't know what's so dangerous about that.
Wow.
I walked into that one.
Kerr, could you behave?
That wasn't Kerr.
TOS.
That was me.
No, Sam. It's
okay.
within the TOS, because he's saying that touching yourself is dangerous.
So alternatively, Alexis, you could, go over and be like, "Hey, Portia, promise me you'll watch these 4 weeks in the future."
Would that have been any better?
He just said it's more dangerous because you're looking in on yourself rather than
I guess.
somebody else.
I guess. Is that because I could sense myself looking at myself?
Yeah, and it can also create paradoxes. Reality doesn't like the same person in two places at once. It gets awkward, especially if you touch each other.
True. But I'm just looking. I'm not actually interacting. Well, I might be out of commission next round, folks. Just let you know.
Alternatively, you could be our secret weapon next round.
Let me roll the dice. Thankfully, you should be okay.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
You only get 1 point of paradox.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad.
You're gonna bleed it off now?
Yeah, it actually bleeds into my my bleeding paradox.
Okay, yep, you're good.
Where the hell do I note that?
So how much paradox are you at now?
Just one on my wonder, my bleeding paradox.
Are you gonna cast it off, or are you gonna keep it for now?
That's a good question. Probably better to. No, okay. So that bleeding paradox doesn't affect my paradox quintessence hoop, right?
It does not. It is
okay.
Basically stored in there.
Gotcha. I will probably bleed that off if I have time before the end of the session.
And so, as you're doing all this, I'm going to jump back to Portia. As Tycoon is going to... While you guys were in the negotiations, he was also kind of on his phone and kind of looking up and glancing between everything that was going on, while also looking back down, then back up, then back down, then back up. And once everything is finished and Domino takes his leave, Tycoon looks at you, Portia, before slowly asking, "Hey, Portia, I was wondering if maybe you'd like to go get some food? Maybe
we have a
you
fully
and...
stocked pantry here.
Oh, they actually have they actually have a shop here, and it's actually a chain of restaurants. But I was wondering if maybe we could all go out to eat. You know, catch up and maybe talk some more.
You know, it's been a while since we actually had some proper de-stress. It's been all work for like the last, 2 weeks?
Anyone want some shawarma?
Let's go get some shawarma in the middle of the wrecked city. Where have I seen this before?
I'll pay. I'll cover it. I have some money. I think if I still have my wallet with me.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go get shawarma.
It's a soba shop. It makes noodles.
I'm fine with noodles. I'm gonna go find Cody, Warren, and Alexis, see where they're at. I feel like there should be somebody else here, but I can't quite place it. Am I missing somebody? No, that's everybody. Distant screaming from beyond the fourth wall. Sad, lonely German noises.
So would everyone like to go and get some noodles then?
Am I being interrupted from my viewing attempts?
Yes, you would eventually.
So, yeah, just come into the room, see that Alexis is in the middle of having a vision, so just casually walk over to him, hold a bag of a very specific herb over his nose, and just wave it back and forth until he wakes up.
What is it? What is that? What? Oh, thank you. Don't mind if I do.
So, the new guy proposed that we actually have a little downtime for once. How do you feel about noodles?
At the mention of the new guy, Alexis kind of pales a bit. Noodles sound great.
Can I roll a perception on that one?
Sure.
We just straight perception, right?
Perception plus alertness.
Alertness.
All's well here.
Yeah, I didn't notice shit. He just always looks like that when he's coming out of a vision.
Yeah.
One of these days, your liver's just gonna stop working.
That's all right. You can grow me a new one.
Okay, I can, but I don't like that you just assumed that I could. Deliberately grow it back one size too small. Oh wait, no, that would actually be a good thing for you because the highs would last longer. Crap, I need better threat. I would give you a super liver so you could never get high again. Yeah.
Cruel and unusual.
Do you know where Warren and Cody are at right now? Or were you in Futureland again?
I was in Futureland, and we have a lot to discuss.
Okay, you're sounding ominous again.
Yeah. And do I have time? Is anybody else in the room with us?
Just you two.
It would depend on whether or not Tycoon followed me.
Nah, Tycoon's hanging out in the entryway waiting in case we were going to meet up.
I am going to quietly explain the visions with many disclaimers as to the veracity of the information. And also giving my suspicion that Tanuki is actually the Marauder. Or at the very least, a projection of the Marauder. Then patting Portia on the shoulder and going to get me some noodles.
What is your reaction to this, Portia?
After this is all said and done, one way or another, we're going to Iowa. We might be going in love or in peace, but in love or in war or in peace. God damn it, Freud, get away from me. we might be going there in war or in peace. It'll depend on a few variables. I need to process that for a bit, but yes, Warren and Cody, where the hell are they?
Noodle time. I have no idea. I've been in here for a while.
I'm gonna go down to the toy box. He usually hangs out there. Yes, by toy box I mean the armory.
Don't we have an intercom system in this place?
Yes.
Do do do. Cody to the foyer. Cody to the foyer.
Aging Dr. Cody.
Warren,
Cody will-
get your ass to the foyer.
Cody will head on up after finishing up the going through everything with Ferris to get it all ordered for restocks.
And my attempt showed me nothing, so I guess I'll go down to the foyer.
Everyone meets up. And Tycoon's just kind of grinning. And he just looks at everyone and goes, "So, who wants noodles?" End of session, since we only have 5 minutes left.
I will mention that Alexis is going to treat him completely, normal. Just in also have some sort of.
We can go a little over time.
Considering that for the
Never
next game we have someone who'll be arriving late anyways.
Who's arriving late?
Just one moment. Where is it? There it is. Right, Ash the Yeen. I can't remember who that actually is.
Odd Socks.
Odd Socks, okay. He keeps changing his name.
I know. But they're not going to be here at all.
Okay.
Either way.
Who was it that said that they would be late? Oh, Moriarty. That was...
Moriarty's not going to be here either.
Oh.
We could go ahead and go a little overtime. I'm okay with that.
The only issue is I have much more planned for things. I didn't expect Portia to take an hour to do all of this.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm not upset. I thought this was fantastic. I thought this was very, very good. Fantastic from everyone.
I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
And hey. I managed to create a situation of leave them wanting. I said that there is a curse, but I never said what that curse was.
And I still think Portia's in trouble. Backstory.
The curse's existence.
What's wrong with backstory?
All right. Well, I suppose since we are ending, we'll go and get swapped over. Well, I mean, I don't even know where Neon is. Neon definitely left us a very cryptic message of, I will be there as far as I am aware. Which does not help when they are the DM.
God may be with us today. We're not sure.
Now that I'm able to speak.
Wait a minute, we have a paladin. Timber, we need you to pray.
What's up,
We need to see if
May?
God's here.
In the actual show, if somebody's revealing backstory, that means something's going to happen to them.
Right?
I didn't know that. What? Why do I keep finding out these things after the fact?
It was said last time.
You know my memory is like a sieve.
Mine is
No
like a
water, only
fortress,
noodle.
impenetrable.
Even to you.
Nothing goes in and nothing goes out.
Yep, and your mind is like a polished shield, perfectly smooth.
It's so I can think fast.
Well, I mean, anything's fast when it doesn't have that far to go.
Oh. Snip, snap. Shots fired.
Well, alright, let me go ahead and wrap up this session, and then we'll move to the, we'll see what's happening with the next one. So everyone, thank you all so much for joining us today for Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I seriously cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Carry on. I'm sorry.
You can also support the channel by picking up some packs through Streamloots. It's a great way to support the channel, as well as be able to interact directly. All the cards that I was playing throughout the session today were from Streamloots, so you can get those yourself as well. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
God is with us.
Duke.
I can sense their presence.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, folks.
Thank you, everyone.